Thank you. So let me tell you about OrCam and what we do. And our goal is, as stated here, we want to build an AI companion for each and every one of us in the world. Now, to understand the goal and the depth of where we're going, I will start with a personal story. I have a distinct memory. I was in kindergarten, and I was playing with one of the toys. And the teacher came to the room, and she said, let's change the date. And she started pulling out this board that had the day number on it. And for the first time in my life, I looked at it, and I said, oh, there's something on it. There were squiggles and lines. So I dropped the toys, and I walked to that board, and as I was looking, the squiggles disappeared. And 20 years later, I was diagnosed with dyslexia. But that moment stayed with me for all my life, where I realized that there's a huge gap between the world that we are living in and our perception of it. And at OrCam, we are working on bridging that gap. I'll give you a bit of a background about the company. We were founded in 2010. We are now 250 employees. And our goal is to build an intelligent companion that will help us every day. And the word intelligent is a bit confusing, and it's not well defined. But one thing for sure is that in order to be intelligent, we have to sense the environment. Intelligence depends on where we are and what we want to do. And sensing is something that we do best with our eyes and with our ears. We have other senses, but they're much less informative. And it has to be, for something to help me and you through the day, it has to be on you all day. It has to be on all day. It has to perceive a lot of information and to filter out from the jumble of information the stuff that would help you. So we did sight and sound, and we started with a device that focuses on sight. It can look, it can read text, it can recognize people, it can understand the world around you, and even react to gestures. And with the sound that I'll show you in a bit, we developed technology that allows us to listen and to translate and transcribe and to focus on a speaker, which is something quite amazing that I'm going to show you. Now, the first side, visually impaired, are about 300 million people. And this year we are expanding to people with hearing impairments, which is even larger number. Now, to get a feel of what it means, we created a device that is geared and tailored exactly for the needs of people with low vision. We're already selling in 37 countries, which is 23 languages, and about 100,000 units shipped. To get a feel of the need, imagine going to the supermarket, and you want to buy a cheese, specific cheese, and you look on the aisle, and this is what you see. Now, you know roughly where it is, you can touch it, you can feel it, you can smell it, but you're never sure what you're holding in your hand. And for the 300 million people that have this condition, we created this device. It's tiny, it's about the size of your finger, so you see? And it sits on the side of your glasses. Now, to save time, I won't demonstrate it, but our amazing Rotem will do it for us. So, hey Rotem, can you show us what the device does?
Yeah, sure.
She clips it on.
Yonatan Wexler.
Oh, it already recognized you. Let's see who else.
Gadget.
Hi, Gil.
Hello.
Hi.
So you see, the device is on, and it's attentive, and it reacts to whatever she needs. And if there's people in the work that she meets, the device will tell her who they are. But that's not all.
What else can you do?
So the device can read from any printed surface and recognize colors. Let me show you how it works. Take newspaper and read by pointing.
So she looks at the text, and she points roughly where she wants to read. And the device will read everything.
The most coveted free agent slugger on the market has finally.
And if she wants to stop,
home, outfield, or
Open my hand and it just stops.
and there's many other features that the device does. But with these two features, a person can keep going to work and keep working and keep making money and keep being productive and keep helping themselves and society. But this year, we're going to expand the reading capabilities with natural language understanding. And here is one of the features that's going to come out. And check this out. When you go to a restaurant and read a menu, here we go.
I see a menu. How can I help?
What do you have for kids?
There is a kid menu.
Do you have something vegetarian?
There are two options. First is kid burger beef or veggie. Second, macaroni and cheese.
Now, I bet this is faster than you got to read the menu, right? And again, this is just the beginning. One of the amazing feats that we've done is that this tiny finger-sized device can read much better than a 6-year-old and a 7-year-old, and can give you advantages that you never had before. And everything happens inside this device. It doesn't send anything anywhere. There's no issue of privacy. It sees something and it tells you. And as such, it's a fantastic productivity tool. I'll let you have a peek in what happens inside the device as you walk around. So it finds doors so to help you orient yourself. And when it sees people, if it recognizes them, it'll tell you. And when it sees banknotes, it'll recognize them. And when it sees text, it identifies it. And if you point, it'll start reading. And many other features that we're adding that are extremely helpful to a lot of people that without this would be fading away in the darkness. The amazing thing of, and when you walk around the mall, it'll help you orient yourself, find the stores, which is, again, I myself afraid to go into malls. The amazing thing when you create such fantastic technology is that on a weekly basis, we find people posting stuff on the web, like this mother who bought this device to her kid, and you don't have to read what it says, just look at that smile. And that's a kid who realizes, oh, my life has just changed 180 degrees. Now I can study whatever I want, and I can excel in whatever I put my mind to it. And I'm no longer limited by my visual disability. Or on Tuesday, we just had elections, and we helped thousands and thousands of people vote for the party they think is the best, and they can do it by themselves, and can know exactly which ballot they are putting in the envelope by themselves for the first time. Another amazing feat we had is that we took a technology that is basically to solve a medical problem, and we made it so cool, we got the Best Gadget Award at CES. And that was a great feedback. So if we move to the hearing disabilities, it's something that we think is solved, right? Hearing aids have been around for a long, long, long time. But if you know anybody who has hearing disability, they'll tell you that the situation they hate the most, you know what it is? Is family gathering. Because they sit there in the family gatherings, their hearing aids amplify all the noise, and they just end up switching it off and trying to read lips to the best they can. Because one thing our brain does, and it's an amazing ability that is not physical, it's not signal processing per se, it's the ability for our brain to look at someone and hear only that person. And you can look at another person and hear only that person, and your brain filters out all the rest of the noise. But hearing aids can't do that, because there is something, and you notice it, and you know it yourself. When you're in a noisy environment, when you speak to someone, you look at their lips, and the information you get from your ears, combined with the information you get from your eyes, allows you to hear that person. And to show you a demonstration of the device we're releasing soon, check this out.
These energy ratios do not always fit the perceptual silence of each component within the estimated source.
Okay? So this is an input video. And with our device, you will be hearing this.
These energy ratios do not always fit the perceptual silence of each component within the estimated source. For instance, low-frequency components affect more energy ratios
What do you
than
think?
perception.
All right? Thank you. Thank you. So our goal is to combine both these senses into one amazing device that will fit each and every one of you, because we all have limitations, and we all want to have an augmented attention, and we all want to do more in life, and we want to propel humanity to the next level, and we want to create a tool that will help us, just like clothing helped the Neanderthals, something that will help us in the 21st century and will take us to the next level. Thank you.